all, are you ready for a new technique in the course 2? I have a layout I made right here, and it actually turned out to be kind of a goofy layout, and I wasn't excited about the photos, and so it just kind of took on a form of its own. A photo of a delay board at an airport is not something easy to work with, but I managed to force it out of me, and because it's LAX, it took on a cowboy theme anyway. I just wasn't too excited about it, but I do want to show you the technique that we have going here. This, I originally had thought of a stop sign shape because we were delayed, we were stopped. I don't know if that comes across in here, but the technique that I have for you is this kind of like it's an opening up book page, and then you read your journaling in there, and you'll notice I want you to see that this shape, the border, is actually smaller than this big shape on the outside, but I didn't like that layout for this tutorial, so I had to go try it again, and here's my newer version, and a little bit more excited about it. Of course, there's not much to it, but in this case I did a heart, and the heart was opening up, and so we're going to do the heart shape in this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and make all these invisible for right now so we can play. And basically you're going to be using your shape tool. Now I did go ahead and start with the rectangular tool, and I made a shape over here. This is what your photo is going, where your photo is going to go to. Now you don't have to make a shape, you can just stick your photos right on there, but you want something that has a line going down. I can switch back to my shape selection tool and resize this. I think I made it a little small, so let's just say that's where my photo, one or more, are going to go. You can do one, or you can blend them together, which is what I did here. I have two here. They're not really blended, they're just stacked on top of each other. Okay, so you put your photos there, and you want a line here to work with. And then I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to get the custom shape tool, and I've already chosen the heart, and I'm just going to make a shape. Now, whoops, I thought I had switched colors. Let's make this another color. Pink for love, maybe. Whoa, and I can't work with something that bright. So we have our heart shape here, but I want it to be lined up perfectly with the edge of this paper. And so I'm going to use my arrow key. Whoops, can't do that. I've forgotten, when you're still on the shape tool you can't nudge. We have to go back to the move tool, and I'm going to nudge it over so it lines up right there on the edge. Now I want only half of this, so let's go back. This time I'm going to get the rectangular tool, and up here at the top I'm going to choose subtract from shape area, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to draw the rectangle shape to hide that. It's going to subtract from it, but you can see here I goofed up a little bit. I didn't quite go up high enough, so I can go to my shape selection tool and click on this and just raise that up a little higher. Click on that subtracted portion, and now I can go in here, and I want that to be right on that line again. It's not going to look very well if it's not, so I move that over, click the green check mark, and now I have a shape that is, if I click off of everything, and now I have a shape that is exactly half of a heart and on this line. So what I need to do next is to go ahead and duplicate that shape and make it smaller and move it over, and you might want to do a bunch of nudging again, and I'm going to put it right in here. Now this is what I'm going to clip. You'll see I've done a lot of Control G group clipping with them. I'm not going to do that in this lesson, but the first one is your background one that you have clipped. This second one is you're going to have a photo in it, and you know, I don't know why we're having layer styles already. That's kind of strange, but it's a whole lot strange. I didn't put a layer style on it. So this is the one you're going to clip your photo in, and I'm going to double click and just change the color just for our purposes so we can differentiate the pieces. So now I'm going to hit Control J and duplicate that again, and this time I'm going to go to Image, Rotate, and I'm going to flip it horizontally so it goes to the other side. And just for our purposes, I'm going to change that color again. And let's make it a green, or I don't know, that don't look well, a blue. There we go. So now make sure you're on the move tool, and you're going to slide this right into place. And so this is going to be what you put your text on. So now we have three shapes. We have the first one that we made, that's going to be the background. The next one we're going to clip our photo to, and the next one we're going to put our text on. If you want to clip some sort of paper to it, textured paper, you could do that too. Now we have one more heart to make. Control J, and I'm going to change the color again on this one, and this time I'm going to lower it below and resize it just a little bit. Now this one's a little tricky, and I'm going to move it because basically what this is going to be is your border to this page that's being flipped open. Now you can see here it's a little bit difficult because of the resizing, and now we have this edge over here showing through. So I need to go back to that shape selection tool and click on this square rectangle that we have subtracting, and I'm using my arrow keys to nudge it over to where it lines up again. And let's click on the move tool and click away so we can see what we got. And so those are your basic shapes. And you know, you can do a little bit of variety. You can play with the drop shadow on this one, on this darker blue, which is the border. You can move your picture up or down. I mean, it doesn't have to be centered. So there are some things that you can do if you know, make it, if you want to play with it. And here I'm going to hold down the shift key and make this heart, you know, maybe a little different size, and then I got to line it back up. You know, there we go. Just you can do a variety of things with it to make it a little bit more unique. So let me go ahead and remove those, and we're going to go back, and we're going to, whoops, let's go ahead and start at the bottom and show you my pieces. There's where my picture is. There's my picture clipped in there. My first heart shape, and it's filled in with a bokeh photo. And I have some text up here. Then my second one, and it's filled in with my photo. and then the third heart over here, and it's filled in with the same bokeh image, exact same images as on this one over here. And then my heart for the writing, and there's my writing. So there is my image. So basically it's 4 pieces of hearts. I just made the first shape. Use the subtract tool in the shape tools to hide half of it. Kind of lined it up on this background, and then duplicated it and turned it and kind of resized them a little bit till I got what I needed for the other 3 pieces. So it's just that easy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some things I could show you to do to make a variety. If you wanted, this all didn't have to be so big. I could make this much smaller, and then you got a lot of white space working for you. Kind of like that. It's not quite lined up there on the edge, so I'd have to scoot it all over. But I actually kind of like that. That's kind of fun too, so you got more white space up here. You don't have to fill up your whole page. And then once again, there it is with another shape. So get creative with your shapes. And as I said, this one didn't work out as well. But get creative with your shapes, get creative with your thoughts, and have fun with it. And I look forward to seeing what you can do with this lesson.